quick video about the Cayenne build. So a lot of you have noticed the car on social media. You've seen them across the world: America, Dubai, Australia, South Africa, all across Europe, Asia. Everybody is starting to take these vehicles off-road. It is now a known fact that they are very capable. This particular one, perhaps a little bit more than the others. It is equipped with the advanced off-road pack, which is also optioned with a rear diff locker, not just the center diff lock. Obviously, it has low range. It's got detachable sway bars front and rear. This V8 is a dry sump motor, so it's completely happy going off-road. Obviously, you can't knock the sump plug off and lose all of your oil. They've really thought about making this thing as capable off-road in terms of the SUV market in the early years of the Cayenne's life. This was truly something spectacular for its time. When they came out in 2003, there was nothing like it on the market. This particular vehicle would have cost around $174,000 New Zealand when new, and it is just truly something to behold. It is such a nice vehicle and really didn't cost me much. It's a nice looking thing on the inside with all of the luxury that you could hope for, even in today's terms. Super comfortable with heated seats, awesome climate control, and everything that you really want in a vehicle, and just makes it super comfortable to drive on and off-road. So to explain, this is your ride height settings that takes you all the way from its lowest setting over there. You've got a loading setting as well, which basically drops its belly all the way to the ground, all the way to a top to a off-road setting, which gives it around 280 millimeter ground clearance, which is higher than a cruiser of its day OEM. Different suspension comfort settings from comfort, normal to sport. Detachable sway bars, hydraulic with a push of a button, and then high range, low range, center diff lock, rear diff lock, and back again, all being able to be driven automatically or Tiptronic on the steering wheel or on the gear shift, which I prefer, which just makes it such a fun car to drive. All electric seats, very plush interior, very safe, Bose sound system, super comfy car. In terms of boot space, these seats fold down completely, gives you heaps of space to go overlanding. It's got these cubbies here, which I use as storage as well on either side. Heaps of space under there. 12-volt power supplies on either side. Just works really well. The car seals. It's not rattly off-road or on-road. Very little wind noise. You do pick up the tires because they are obviously not performance speed tires, but off-road tires. And I'll quickly take you through what I want to do with the build. To start off with the front, tubular bumpers made out of high tensile, two tubes sitting on top of each other with two recovery points. The bumpers will actually attach to these OEM recovery points here as well. And then if you look into the bottom, attach on either side as well. With a nudge bar and spotlights on the front, towage receiver on the front, so that you can attach a detachable winch front and rear when you need to. And that allows me to make it a bolt-on solution, and it really just replaces the valance of the vehicle and not the entire front bumper, which shouldn't give me issues with certification when it comes to that part of the build, because I am not touching sensors at all, not touching the airbags, nothing down those lines. And then the same around the back. It's a very similar build with two tubes running across the back here, one on top of the other. The muffler has been deleted, as you can see, and they will come up with a performance muffler on either side, running through these two tubes with a recovery point again on either side. Unfortunately, I am going to take off the OEM rock sliders, which are rock sliders, and I'll quickly just pan across here for you so that you can see they have been used and work really well. These aren't just basic aluminium side steps, they actually rock on the car. This is super strong, but to fit in with the whole look of the vehicle, I am going to replace them with a high tensile tubular as well. Spare wheel carrier out the back that sits on my towage receiver, which is a swing out. That is something that I'm going to build myself as well, because I've got ideas around it. My roof rack is going to change, which the tent sits on. The OEM is going to be removed, and this will be a full rack that just spreads the weight better across the entire rail system on the roof, which can carry 100 kilograms. Then finally, my snorkels, which is something that I've been dreaming about for a very long time, and I'll pan the camera in a little bit towards either side of the air boxes. On this side and on this side, you'll see that there's a round circular spot where you can have a cutout. Now, that was designed by Porsche for the Trans-Siberia, and this is part of the advanced off-road pack. So you would have an intake bridging over the engine, and then a snorkel cut out going through the bonnet, sitting on the side of the vehicle running up. And if you go and Google the Trans-Siberia Rally Porsche Cayenne, you'll see that on there. My car, I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'd really appreciate everybody who's subscribed to the channel and who's watching this to give me your input. There's obviously not a lot of space here. Excuse the car noise, I'm just at home. What I really want to try and achieve here is to go down under the body, running perpendicular with the exhaust pipes going up, and then having them come out on the little rear flank windows on either side, up through the bodywork on the inside, and then having an air scoop and a shroud, paying homage to the RS cars, but obviously facing backwards, sitting something like that and sucking in air through there. And I truly believe that once this car is tuned to around 500 horsepower with that air induction on the inside of the cabin, obviously being functional as a snorkel as well, it's just going to tie it all over and just make it sound like no other Cayenne that's ever been made. So your input is greatly appreciated. Please comment. Let's keep it nice. Let's get this car for how special it is built. Send me in the right direction of people who can help out with ideas and thoughts and designs. If you are a manufacturer and you want to try something new, let's talk. Let's get this very special car built to the ultimate optimum standard in terms of off-roading that you can. There's another Cayenne coming. It's going to be a turbo. It's going to be lifted. It's going to have all of the bells and whistles, but this one, for how rare it is, needs to get done first as the ultimate overland vehicle that's ever came out of Europe. If you like what you've heard, please comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and follow me on this very special build. Until the next time, thank you.